Gene Moore.
That's my name, Gene Moore. Like people say, what is your name? Gene Moore. And my first name, if you say, what is your first name? It's Gene.
Ooh.
So I just,
anyways, so this is show number, who knows? Six. Woo! Oh my God. We haven't killed each other yet. Yeah. This is awesome.
And in the studio, look who we have today. Yay.
Oh my God.
I know, a supermodel, right?
I love it. Hey, you guys, last week we just started our live video feed on Ustream, and it's an extra added component to
Can I just say something about that? I was not aware that my back fat would be on the show mostly. And so that camera right there gets my back fat. Fuck you.
You know how you get rid of back fat? You work it out.
Working it out.
Who's working it out?
I'm working it. Not really. Sucking it in.
You know, if you like looking at Gene's back fat, you can do us a favor and subscribe on iTunes.
That would be nice.
And you can also leave comments on there. We love them, the good, the bad, the ugly. And you can always catch us on qtalkamerica.com, which is the studio that we're in today.
It is. Thank you. How was your week this week?
Oh, it was very busy. And
let's talk about your week, because as everybody knows, or may not know, anyone who's watching, Ernesto did a comedy contest, the Battle of Florida for stand-up live.
Stand-up live, yeah.
And lost. Wah, wah, wah.
Hold on.
A banana peel.
I don't know. That was the closest one. Yeah.
Well, everybody lost except one person, right? I mean, it's not that you did bad. You got to the second round, and I think you could have just barely gotten to the finals. It would have been close. I didn't agree with one of the people they put in. Won't mention names, but I thought you could have easily been in there.
You know who did win was a very talented comedian. His name is Chris Bennett.
Okay.
Really
very, very funny. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah.
And didn't Kristen Alberts make like a runner-up or something?
Yeah, and she made runner-up, so she's going to get I think she opens up for, what's that guy? Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
And she was a guest on our show. Congratulations, girl. Yeah. I'm very happy that that those people won.
And I like how I thought you handled it very classy. You were competing with your friends, and I thought you handled that very well.
Gene, what am I supposed to do?
Did you cry?
I would snatch somebody's hair.
I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. You're not funny.
Well, I just think doing comedy is hard enough. To do it in a competition with your friends that's too much.
You know, I think it was easier with your friends. If it would have been some douche that I didn't know, it would have been different. But I wanted everyone to win.
Girl, you gotta have the eye of the tiger.
Well, the only one I was concerned about at that moment was myself. But when I was out of the picture, I was very happy that the other people were winning.
Well, then I was sad too that Jonathan Gregory did not go forward either, and he's my favorite. And I've been eating up a storm, so thank you, Stand Up, for helping me gain weight.
I have seen you posting various foods you're about to eat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get to blame it on something.
And Gene, it's so funny because Gene was panicking.
I was panicking.
He was panicking. I wasn't so much.
I'm like texting because I couldn't be in that.
And you know what, Gene? You know what? I went on stage and I'm like, hey, doing my thing, and I feel bzzzt. When I look later, it's Gene Moore.
Looking sad.
How are you doing? I wanted to and I was texting people that I knew were in the room, and I was saying to them, hey, how's it going? And people were not texting me back. So, I was watching the
show. They were watching the show.
I know, but I was nosy. I just couldn't deal it.
Gene can hear you, and the magic hand comes out.
I know.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, sexy Eric.
It is.
Is this shown on the video where it's creepy hands?
No, it will show. We have.
Does he wipe your mouth when you drool? This is no personal assistant.
It's about the Addams Family.
It is. No, and we never acknowledge Chris and Eric. They help us in so many ways with the controls and keeping us on time. Thank you so much. As you can see, Eric's hand, it's a star. Eric, can we see your hand one more time? The hand.
Action right there.
Beautiful hand.
He could be a hand model. So.
He could.
Kenny, how was your week?
My week was good. I worked a lot.
Yeah.
Worked. I don't have any shows coming up. Oh, last weekend I made a video for YouTube with my roommate's YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is Zach Sketch. And we do these two characters called Gretchen and Bailey. And they're two teenage girls. And they just like to have fun and party.
Sounds fun.
And they just, one's more goth. And the character I play, Bailey, is a little more pop princess. And she's a homeschool girl. But she knows how to get down. I'm just telling you.
Kenny, how is this a character for you?
How is this a stretch for me? Yeah. Not really. I mean, I am a teenage girl. Our last video, I choreographed a dance to.
I choreographed a dance.
No, Kenny was in the Arizona State Fair commercial.
Yeah, I was in Arizona State Fair as a hip hop dancer.
I love it.
I choreographed a dance for "I Knew You Were Trouble" and Gretchen and Bailey. Bailey's trying to teach Gretchen the dance in the video, and we actually got two real teenage girls sounds terrible, but they were playing our best friends, and their moms were there watching us film this video. But it kind of added a cool element to the characters that like real teenage girls were there.
We'll put it on our
and
It just sounds like hijinks.
Yeah.
Fun and hijinks.
No,
It's just fun and hijinks. Yeah, if you look up Zach Sketch, we have made 3 videos. There's a sleepover video. Our newest one is the
sleepover video.
The sleepover video.
That wasn't with the girls, right? That wasn't with the girls, right?
We played Truth or Dare. She dared me to snort a pixie stick. Oh my god, it was crazy.
I guess now that Michael Jackson's dead, you're looking to fill that role, sleeping with people.
And we went there already.
Do you know what? I love
took 4 minutes.
that Martin Brashear. Am I saying it right? Martin Brashear. That video that he has where he's like, sleeping with kids is beautiful. It's wonderful.
Oh, God.
It's a beautiful thing. I love
So
it. I could
creepy.
watch that over and over. It's most because he's insane. You know, I like him, but he's insane. So I don't know. So what else did you do this week? Did you entertain? Were you trained after that?
Yeah, and I did the fundraiser. Last week I ran out to do the fundraiser with
Congresswoman.
the Congresswoman. She's great. I love her.
Yeah.
The crowd was tough, very tough crowd.
Yeah.
Working in a club or wherever, and having that crowd as opposed to a crowd in a fundraiser, it's very, very, very different. Yeah. So
Were they just afraid to laugh, or?
No, they did laugh, and it was good. I think I'm just spoiled.
You're used to that instant
laugh.
punch,
and there was laughs, and when I think back, there was like the polite chuckles or whatever. But
It's got to be one of the toughest crowds if you think about it. He's very people may be afraid to laugh at a lot of different things. So.
yeah, and I tried to clean it up.
Yeah,
I tried.
And
still messy. Those are stains.
I know. But no, I probably shouldn't say it. Well, I should say it, but I shouldn't say it. I think sometimes those people, they don't know them. They're not relaxed and confident with themselves enough to laugh. You know what I mean?
So funny that there was a.
Is that okay to say? I don't know.
It's a little judgy.
I can't believe you said that.
I know. Geez. Well,
I don't feel good about myself.
Last listener.
Are you really reading, fans?
No, I'm just saying those HRC people are different from me.
It wasn't HRC.
It wasn't?
No.
Oh, then I love them.
What's so funny?
People,
there was a kid. There was a kid who was getting the first scholarship there, he brought his parents, and obviously his parents were straight. And I was worried the most about them, but the dad was cracking up. Yeah, and at the very end, he said, "I love your act." Yeah, I know.
Wow.
So I got his number.
I love you. So I slept with him.
You better got
now
his
I'm
number.
a daddy, everybody. So he has a kid to play in your little videos. So
wonderful. Yay.
Yeah, but it was fun. I mean,
Nate, I saw you perform this week. It was really good. I mean, I love your energy. I love how you stay in character. I love how you're committed. I mean,
Thank you very much.
I couldn't do what
I don't know why I said that like Elvis.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just went Elvis on
Thank you very
for no
much.
reason.
Thank you.
But I had a great time at Jackson's. It was really cool.
I mean,
it was
just keep going and going. I mean, people are loving it. I was sitting in the back and people were loving it. Am I too close to the mic?
No, you're good.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a great time. It was a fun show. You didn't host as you normally do, so it gave you some opportunities to work on some jokes. So that was good.
you didn't host?
No,
Yeah.
I am doing a showcase, which is on the 14th, which is Thursday. I do these showcases every couple of months where it's all brand new material. So I was testing out new stuff. And if you're looking for something to do on March 14th, please
8 p.m. What time is it?
It's at
7 p.m. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's different from my normal set. It's new stuff. So if you're looking, please come down and see me. You know what? That's the thing about comedy. When you see it at the local level, you see people progress and they do different things.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think you just come out. It takes a lot of time.
It takes a long time.
It takes a lot of time.
One thing. I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
We really had some silly fun. It was kind of dumb, but it was a sense of camaraderie at that show because before a lot of us made it packed just for no reason. Like you got to open with a Michael J. Fox joke.
Oh.
As dumb or lame as that was, we kind of just did it, and it's just makes a little energy more, fun because you're doing something. You have to think of it in a few
Michael
minutes, a
J.
few seconds.
Fox. You could have told me I wasn't in this club.
I want to hear it now. Pretend you're on stage.
Okay.
Gene Moore.
I do. Yeah, I always say I'm going to invite my dad to my wedding, my gay wedding. But here's the thing: my dad doesn't like fags. So he really doesn't like fags. And so when he sees gay people, he always goes and he says, "Hey, look at that guy. He's a little like this." I'm like, "What is he?" He's like this. And I'm like, "Dad, what is it? Is it a guy playing a tambourine?" And he's like, "No, I said that guy. He's like you. He's like this." And I'm like, "Oh, Dad, is it Michael J. Fox?" And people usually boo. So
Oh, it's a sensitive subject.
It is. Well, people love him.
Have you seen
joke.
his son? His son is like handsome little guy.
Very handsome.
Taylor Swift's gonna snatch him. I can tell you that.
I know, and he
I
was
don't know.
waving. He
I
was
don't
like
know.
this, and I was like, "Oh, just like his
Oh,
dad."
just like his dad.
Quick, go to the doctor.
Oh, God.
He can make a mean margarita. You just shake it.
Shake it. Yeah, we have to make the lid on first. Oh my gosh.
So we have breaking
I'm sorry,
news.
Michael J. Fox.
We do have breaking news. Do you want to lead the news about our what we're
Oh
doing?
yeah,
This
okay.
is breaking news.
Breaking news. Very exciting.
Buckle up,
Hold on.
bitches.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
All right. So I'm very excited to announce. We are very excited to announce that the Working It Out crew. So that includes who?
Kenny,
Millie,
Rachel, Kenny,
Us.
Nathan,
Kenny again.
you,
Yeah.
Kenny.
Mostly Kenny.
We will be performing at this year's Phoenix Pride.
Yay! Woo! Who's working it out?
Yeah.
And Ray Howard will
Oh,
be
and
our
Ray,
host.
oh my God! And Ray Howard is going to be the host.
Yeah.
So it's very, very exciting. We're going to be on a couple stages. We have a lot planned for it. There's going to be some surprises, but we are going to make you laugh your ass off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
So
awesome.
we're very excited. And you know, Phoenix Pride is one of the largest prides in the nation, and a lot of smaller prides actually use Phoenix Pride as the model for their prides. So
We're test subjects.
we're test subjects.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
So I love it.
It's a big
very-
city. This is a big deal.
So you're going to be hearing more every week leading up until Pride.
Yeah, and we'll be exhausted because we're rehearsing and we're in rehearsals, and so let's see how it ends up. At the end, we may not like each other.
It's
very
gonna be
well.
fabulous. It's gonna be fabulous.
Well, if we don't, then yeah.
Do you guys go every year? Because this will be my first time.
Oh, you've never been to a Pride
Never.
event ever? Have
So
you ever
it-
seen it on
I didn't
TV?
know it existed.
What? Okay, let me tell
you need to
this.
wear the gold lame,
What's that?
and we need to paint you full of glitter.
Yeah. Here's the deal.
Otherwise, you can't go.
It's like the one day where the gays take over. You know how black people get the whole month? So we get one day. We get one day.
Isn't there a theme to the?
Yeah, equality and
Okay,
justice
here's
for.
what you see: boys in super tight shorts, super tight. You see women holding
you
hands.
see boys dressed as girls dressed as boys. You don't even
that's
know what the
probably
hell
every
that
year.
is, but you know you want to get with it.
You see things that you know, you're like, ooh, that's a little gay for
I know
me.
I'm gonna see
That's a
things I
little gay.
can't. Yeah.
I'm afraid that the Lord Jesus is going to come back on that day, and I'll have some explaining. I'm like,
But it
oh.
is a family event. We should.
It is,
Yes.
it is a family.
It is.
There's a
It
family
is.
Bring the
bonus.
kids. They can
Yeah.
buy a pair of chaps for them, assless. It'd be great.
Yeah, and you know that's a bigger thing now because more gay people are getting kids, which to me is a little weird. Can I just? The best part about being gay is that we don't have to get married and have kids, and now.
What?
Right,
You know I
Gene,
wanna-
come
you
on.
know-
There's a lot of people that like kids.
I
Why
wanna
am
be
I
a good
always the
dad.
only one out here with normal views? Why are you guys always fighting me? I'm just saying. You know,
I don't
that's
want
the
kids
best part.
either, but I don't think that's the best part.
Fatherhood's amazing. I can't wait to be a father. I really. That's
Or
what I
a
want
mother.
so bad. Or a mother, whatever. Might be a single mom.
With the latchkey kid.
yes. I don't know how would a single dad get a kid.
I mean, as long as the kid's raised in love, I guess that's more important.
Can I rent out a uterus for 9 months?
You could.
And just
You
take
could.
whatever
You
comes
could.
out of
You
it.
could. Hey,
Some
so
single dads, usually the mom is still involved though.
Mhm,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
very true.
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't. The
Come
idea
up,
of
check
having
us
to
out,
get
the
married and all that, I just don't. I don't know. I don't.
Or I can find a lesbian.
You could.
Let's do that. Applications.
Kenny is now taking applications for lesbians with
Your
a
baby
clean
will
uterus.
come out.
With a
Your
clean
baby will
uterus.
come out so white and bright.
And you know when you have your baby, you know what you'll need to do is tell them stories. And you'll need to tell them stories. And you'll be exhausted because parents are exhausted. So you might need the help of audible.com,
Which is one of our
yes.
sponsors.
which is one of our sponsors. You
And
like
you
that
can,
segue?
you could, and
That
you
was
can
a
get
good
a free
segue.
download. You can
And you
get a free download,
so-
Kenny. Should you have a child, you'd be able to get a book.
Yes.
You get a free download. Yeah, so you just have to visit audibletrial.com/QTalkAmerica, and you will get a free book.
Ooh.
And you don't necessarily need to have a kid to go there and check out a
Yeah,
book.
you don't have to. Yeah, I've gotten a few there. Yeah.
There's some
For
adult
example,
books.
myself, I'll get a book, Living Gay and Happy with No Kids. So that's the book that I'll be writing.
That's what you're writing.
I will.
You'll be
You know
able
what? In the crazy news this week, there's a lot going on. Just if we're going to talk about conjunctions, butt is the one I'm going to talk about. That's my transition.
Butt?
What in the butt? So that guy, was he in Mississippi? Where was he at?
You know what? I have the story up
No,
here.
not Mississippi. Where is he?
It says
He was in the hospital
That
tweeting.
was the baby in Mississippi.
Yeah, that was the baby in Mississippi. You know, it doesn't say where he was from, but I love the headline. Twitter users at Grawley says he has a dildo stuck up his butt. Live tweets, hospital trip. Tweets, That's the headline.
So he has a dildo, and I've seen the picture. If you've seen the picture, the X-ray of it, he really had
Lord.
that. He jammed that shit up.
It
there
looks
pretty
like
far.
it's stuck in his like spinal cord.
I don't know
It's so
how
deep in
horny
there.
are you
It
to
looks
take
like
that?
like a big high tech one that spins around. And
You know what?
Right, that's no cheap one. That's
You know
not-
I would want it out too.
That might be
That's
my
expensive.
ex-boyfriend. I had an ex-boyfriend who was trampy. He could have done that. I don't know. He could hide drugs up there. He could put keys up there, but he put that dildo up there. That's a mess.
And his name was Trampy. Just to confirm, that's
And
his name.
it says on his tweet, "LOL, shout out to Gene Moore."
Oh, as long as he was thinking of me.
Trampy. Oh, he hasn't moved on.
I know.
Same old Trampy.
I sent you, he sent you a picture of himself.
I know.
An X-ray.
To my favorite pain in the ass.
This reminds you of you.
Can you imagine going to the hospital? I mean, first, did they have to lay down to go there? I mean, did they put? I don't know. How did you drive yourself?
How can you sit when you drive? Period. Like, how did he get there?
You go over bumps slowly.
Or maybe he liked it.
I don't know.
We
But
don't know if he didn't.
guess what? I guess the last person that told him to go fuck off. Really?
No,
Go
no,
fuck
okay.
yourself.
You know, I used to work in a hospital, and we would laugh because when we'd look at the X-rays, there you could see everything that was going on. For example, like if someone had a piercing down there, everyone would go around and be like, "Oh, girl, look at this guy." Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so taboo. For the audio viewers, they didn't see that.
Oh, gosh.
I know.
Sometimes we share too much, but dildo in the butt. I don't know. I think I would just die. I don't think I would tell.
Have you
anybody.
ever seen those things where like people will put like a light bulb up there? But I
That
you know,
would break.
I
What?
am
Isn't that
amazed because,
dangerous?
yeah. I think
That
that
seems like the worst thing.
remember that whole Two Girls in a Cup thing. It was like everything disgusting was coming out, and all these disgusting videos were coming out. There was a guy that they showed during that time. He had put a light bulb in there and it busted, and there was like all this blood coming out.
What do you expect?
Good.
Who was the
Good.
hamster guy? Richard Gere?
Yeah.
He put hamsters in his bum.
Listen,
In
let's
his bum.
He put hamsters in his asshole, arsehole.
I know.
Let me
It's ours. I just want to do a public announcement. If you know, don't put shit up your ass. I mean, just put normal shit.
Like a
What's
dick.
wrong with dicks? I mean, is that enough?
Yeah,
Is that
because
enough?
they
I
don't
mean, I'm
bust
looking at
off.
you. You know what I'm talking about. But isn't that enough?
I don't. Your girlfriend's finger.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what do
It's a good
straight
message
people
to
put up
the
there?
youth, Gene.
Huh? Well, you can put a cucumber. You can put a toothbrush. You can put a corn on the cob. But do you have to put shit so
A
far up there they have
toothbrush?
to go to the hospital?
And you can see Gene live at
At the comedy spot where you can get real comedy in Scottsdale's oldest comedy club in Old Town. Hey, what about the Visine girl? That's a funny story too.
Well, yeah, so this guy was pissed off at his girlfriend, and he actually got arrested and charged $2,500, I believe it is, for putting Visine in his girlfriend's drink.
And when you put Visine in a girlfriend's drink, they shit everywhere.
The wedding
And
crashes move.
the line was that they had was, if she's gonna talk shit, she's gonna shit.
Guess who had wanted to shit and couldn't? The guy with the dildo in his ass.
He should have put Visine in his drink. Just would've
Saving
shot
some
right
money.
out.
Nice.
Right out.
So you had to pay a $2,500 fine. That's a big check to write.
I know. Can you imagine? And just for putting Visine, I didn't even know that worked.
I wonder how much Visine you need to do. I'm not that I'm like premeditating anything, but just
The Wedding
wonder.
Crashers, they put in a good 2-3 squirts.
And it worked.
Good 2-3
Oh, well,
scores.
yeah. a movie.
You haven't seen that movie? That movie's hilarious.
No, but you know what?
I think I fell asleep.
I
at
think
that
we
one.
should test it out. I think someone will
Why
get Ray
you
Howard.
someone point at me?
I think
Fuck
you.
you with
No,
that shit.
yeah.
Who,
You know
has,
what?
who has a date later?
Yeah, we'll test it out. We'll put it on somebody and see what happens.
I'm going to a dinner
We know
party.
what's
Does
gonna
anybody have any Visine? I'll just.
You know what I'm really worried about? I'm really, really worried about Justin Bieber. Have you guys heard about him?
Yeah, he's going
Oh
crazy.
no!
He
What's
is going
going
crazy.
on?
What's up with Biebs?
He's going crazy. He's in London.
no.
He's in London having breakdowns. He's having breakdowns at his birthday parties. He's having collapsed on stage.
And he was in the hospital, and,
And he's
tweeted a picture.
tweeting all about it.
He's tweeting all about it. Twitter
What was he
is
saying?
fucking dangerous.
Was he like, girl, I'm going crazy, but not crazy for you, girl, just crazy.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what.
Girl, I'm going crazy. Not crazy for you, just crazy.
I really need some help. This isn't a joke.
You know,
this isn't just a song.
at work, I listen to the BBC radio, and the little girls were on there
Hello.
live, and they're like, "We just love him, and he's 2 hours late. Why? I just want to be near him."
Oh wow!
Wow.
You know, I think all Justin Bieber needs
Yes,
is a Beauty and the Beast
a Beauty and the Beast.
that can make his life complete.
A beauty and a beat and the beat, isn't it?
Beauty and the Beat. I don't know.
Beauty and the Beat. I thought it was
Beauty and the Beat. Yeah, because
Oh, that makes sense. I thought it was
Beauty and the Beast.
I thought because he's Disney. I thought it's a Beauty and the Beat. That makes so much sense. I'm like, why is he plugging Disney?
Is anyone surprised that he's losing it? Like, grown ass adults can't handle fame, and he grew up.
He's famous.
Yeah,
he's very, very famous.
I think they do it. I think you get professional people that tell you to go crazy at a certain point. They
I don't think they need to tell you. I think
they
you can easily go crazy.
That's how they transition you into a bigger act.
Oh, you think that might be right?
Crazy,
Yeah.
But
you know,
think of all of them: Britney Spears, and then who's the guy? Iron Man.
Charles in Charge.
Robert Downey Jr.
He didn't. He was
Charles
shit, and then went crazy, and then it's good.
Yeah, but it wasn't real crazy.
Charles
They all knew. They all knew. They're like, hey, listen, in April, don't book anything because you're going to be crazy that month. Oh,
you're gonna
that
be
sounds
crazy.
great.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Like it's on the schedule. So you're gonna put out your new album. We're gonna tour.
No, I
go crazy.
totally believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They did. Remember Ellen DeGeneres? She was with that girl, and they're like, "Listen, you're gonna break up with her, but don't worry, we're gonna make everyone hate her.
Yeah.
We're gonna make her crazy." Oh, sounds like a plan.
Oh yeah, and I do hate that girl.
And
Yeah.
Hayes.
It worked.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes it can be manufactured.
If we get famous, they're gonna do that to us too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm,
Who am I gonna break up with?
Well, it's harder for us because we're Mexicans, and they only let one Mexican be famous at a time. So
You know, but
We share.
I speak Spanish, so I can do the Mexican.
Ooh, and then you're just like eating burritos naked on a corner. They're like, "Ooh, Ernesto, he's
Like-
breaking down."
because that's how Mexicans go crazy.
Eating burritos on the corner.
Eating burritos on the corner.
But they only let one Mexican famous at a time. Like right now, it's like George Lopez and maybe Jennifer
Selena
Lopez.
Gomez.
no, but then I'm Colombian.
Go back to the beginning. It's look when TV started. Desi Arnaz, and then it became Ricardo Montalban, and then it became Eric Estrada, then it became George Lopez.
Menudos.
And guess what? They're having an opening. Ernesto, we have a shot. We can. There's an opening.
Yeah, I know.
You guys have
Yeah.
to fight for it.
Sophia
I'm from the
Vergara
ghetto. I
pretty
can
much
fight.
took that spot.
Who?
Sophia Vergara.
Oh,
Well,
Well,
she's
girls
a
don't
Mexican,
count. He
but-
didn't say
girls,
any
don't,
girls.
girls don't count.
Oh, girls don't.
Only
Yeah,
one
think
Mexican man at a time.
To us, no.
Shout out to Sophia.
Jeez.
Only
God.
Mexican.
How'd you bring that up?
I think white people can only
She's
handle
awesome.
one.
Yeah, I
Modern
know,
Family.
she's
You
hot.
guys watch Modern Family? It's
Yeah,
an
she's
amazing
hot.
show.
She is.
She's
She's
hot.
for a
She's
girl. No.
She's a spicy tamale.
Did you see her when she did the on Saturday Night Live when she did friend Race? She did the nanny.
I missed it.
No.
Yeah,
That's
she's
funny.
Yeah,
I
she
could
is
see-
exactly like her too.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
No.
Justin's hosting tonight.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, the musical.
again?
You mean again?
I feel like he hosts like every week.
I feel like you're hating on Justin right
I
now.
know, I know.
He's
No.
the he's the
Oh,
funniest
no, no,
member
no,
of the
no, no.
cast.
Yeah,
though.
he is.
Yeah,
great.
he is funny.
Yeah, he is very funny.
And
Why are you sarcastic right now?
No, he is very funny. I like when he dances around in that soup outfit.
Oh yeah.
Look at stove.
Did you guys see that?
oh yeah, Ernesto, I got this bitch.
Come on
You
now,
gotta
man.
get shitty with my friend. I got a fucking pen. I'll stab you, bitch.
What's going on?
I'm so angry lately. I don't know what's
Very
happening.
Start moving the pen.
Well, I'm very upset
ending
about
early.
Justin, and you guys are not sharing my outrage.
Why are
and
you
my
upset?
No.
Spill it,
The
girl.
Justin Timberlake though, he did the Brit Awards. He did a phenomenal. And
I was
I'm
talking
not
about Timberlake, not
he's-
Bieber.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of his music, but he did a phenomenal job. He did
Yeah.
a really now on the Grammys he wasn't so good. But
Why do you? You're insane.
You're obsessed with
Beyonce
Britishness.
and Justin
Yeah,
Timberlake.
you
Yeah.
are obsessed with Beyonce.
Did you notice? I watched the BBC. Do you see how he came up?
I
when he said-
watched the BBC.
I watch and on the
No,
British
it's fine.
Music Awards. Fuck the
think he
Grammys.
did
The
good on the
British
Grammys?
music.
I don't think he did well on the Grammys.
the handkerchief for choreography, and then he rocked it out with Jigga, and then he went to like the steamy slow song at the end. With,
No,
like,
because
Prince.
who was he singing with? Jay-Z. Thank you. And Jay-Z and Beyonce, they just don't. They lose me. They lose me every time.
Oh my god!
You'll find any
I
reason.
can't even look at you right now.
I don't understand why you guys aren't normal. Really, I'm
Right.
praying for you. I'm gonna go
No,
home and
but
write.
then we asked Gene who he likes, and it's some obscure
Yes,
band.
please tell me who is talented in the music industry.
Yeah. Who is
okay.
your female?
Tom
goddess?
Goss. He's from Washington.
See?
I don't know that.
No, but you know who is talented and will be here at this Pride is Eric Hillman or Heinman.
See, you didn't even know.
Oh, Eric Hyman. Eric Hyman. Eric Hyman. He says that on stage. You
He's
can't
cute.
even
He's
remember.
very cute.
And
He's
Black
cute.
Carl. Have you heard of Black Carl?
No.
They're a local band. They're amazing. She is so cute and sexy.
Oh,
and
really?
It's like they're Phoenix's best kept secret, but they're gonna blow up. I just know.
And
They're
and
amazing.
Carmen
And the Veronicas. Who are the Veronicas?
Yeah, I
They're
don't know.
They're these two Australian girls that have dark hair. I think they're twins. I'm pretty sure they're twins.
I already know who they are.
Yeah, and they're like, you go, ooh, ooh, I go, la, na, 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 na.
I like that
That
song.
sounds horrible.
Do you know? Have you ever seen those two?
Go see them.
This is hilarious to me. It's a gay Christian couple. What is their name? They're one's super blonde and they're so cheesy.
Nemesis Rising.
Oh
right?
my God.
These twin boys. I
Nemesis
hated them
Rising.
so much. Oh my God, they were so bad.
It's crazy.
Oh, I want to like pull my hair out right now.
They're a Christian band?
They're from a Christian family. Jehovah's Witness.
Well, the ones I'm talking about, they're a couple and they live in L.A. and they're so cheesy.
They're not a couple. They're twins.
Well, the ones I'm talking about, they
Came out as a couple.
They came out and they sing and they do these cheesy songs and they are over the top cheesy. I mean, like, it's so bad. It's horrible and they're so. We just do it for the fans and you've never seen them. They do Pride events.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture. And
We'll
you'll be
have to
like,
book a ticket.
They
for
take
sure.
themselves so serious, so serious.
Shit.
They're very. And I seen them at a church because I went through a period where I'm going to go to church, and there they were at the gay church.
That's so rebellious of you.
Yeah.
Do you go to a gay church?
No.
Why?
I don't worship gays. I'm Catholic.
Yes,
I worship on my knees.
Ooh.
Oh, so anyways, what else is happening?
You know what? We have our friend Joe on the line, which is our what is Joe, the founder of this radio station?
Yes, he is.
He said, "Don't forget to announce your Twitter names and Facebook pages." So
Oh,
when do we do
yes.
that?
We do have a Facebook page.
Yeah, we do have a Facebook page. You can type in "Working It Out," and we will pop up. You'll see our graphic, Gene's beautiful face on there.
Oh, I was sitting on my leg. Now my leg is really sore. Eric, we rubbed my leg. No, do we have a Twitter too? I
No,
think
we don't. But you have it. Do you have a Twitter?
Yeah.
I do for the corporate comedy. I do, but not.
Oh, what is that?
I mean, I don't even know how to do it. The girls do it.
Oh God.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
my Twitter account is the Kennergy,
Oh.
You do?
and my Facebook is Kenny Be Funky.
But I mean, how do you have time to Twitter and Facebook
And I wasn't done. And my
Oh.
Instagram is I am the Kennergy.
Yeah. Mine's not as creative. Mine's Ernie Ortiz for Twitter and
Wait,
Ernesto.Ortiz.
What do
on
you
Facebook.
what do you tweet? What do
I
you-
tweeted.
I lost.
I still wasn't done. My MySpace is Kenny from the Block. I had a J-Lo face.
My Tumblr.
My Tumblr is Hot Guys in Sweatpants.
Hey, can you talk about the Grinder stuff? Are you not doing that, or is your
Grinder stuff. Yeah, I could talk about Grinder
or
stuff.
do you do that still or no?
No, I don't. But I was obsessed for a while, like
What
with those
made
little
you-
cubes and just talking to guys and then not meeting with them.
Grinder is what?
Sending them pictures of my naked body holding things to censor my penis.
That's beautiful. It's art.
And what made you just stop doing it? What you just?
I don't know. I just, I've been around town, and I'm proud of that. I think everybody needs to be sexual beings. We're sexual beings.
I agree.
Be with it. But I was having hookups, and then I would leave that, and I would just feel very empty. And not that I did anything dirty or wrong, but I was just kind of done with it. And then I got and then I got genital warts. So it's like, hold on.
Wow.
We gotta simmer
So I
down.
There's a twist in the story.
And so then I was like,
to cancel my
So
Grindr.
now that's your lead.
I was
Just so
I was
you know,
crying.
that's your lead. And could you not touch any of our shit?
Yeah.
no, it's all cleared
I
up.
had you at my house and you sat on my goddamn couch.
Can you check your dog later?
I know. Anyways,
I burnt those off. That's what you got to do is burn them off.
They freeze them off, right?
And well, I use this liquid and you
Yeah, you freeze them
acid.
up.
I just
If
acid.
the little face was on there.
Kenny, you know we air live. We can't edit any of this
Yeah,
stuff.
I understand.
You know.
But I just think people need to know, like HPV.
Oh,
is,
they know
is what,
now.
is the
Oh, they know
virus,
now.
and a lot of people have it. And just you don't.
Well, when the
accept it.
genital warts people need a spokesperson, I'm so glad that they found one in
They
you.
got me. I'm just saying, be proud of every little wart.
How did you know that? How did you know? How did you know that?
Every bumpy crevice.
What?
How did you know? I mean, we just.
You saw him.
I
You
Googled
saw
it.
them probably.
No, you felt something that was a little bit.
Kenny,
odd.
is that what you showed us in the studio that one day? And you said it was a spider bite?
No, that was a real spider bite.
Ew.
No, that wasn't on my genitals. No, it was like I thought it was a skin tag at first because I get those sometimes on my armpits,
Yeah.
and I just rip them right off. But and I'm not going to do that with this. So then, I went to the doctor and I'm like, hey, how do I get rid of this? He's like, oh, well, this is something different than just a skin tag. You have the human papillomavirus, which is HPV, and it sometimes displays itself through a wart, kind of like the herpes simplex virus can be herpes or a cold sore, or it's just a virus that you get.
Not everybody, motherfucker. Not everybody.
And now I have it for the rest of my life. It's nothing.
Well, you'll never be alone.
And Kenny's Instagram is.
And it's just another reason for someone to love me. I'm just.
Oh, Kenny, you're
depending
so
on how many outbreak, many reasons.
Does it come like do you mark down like on the 3rd to the 5th? I'm going to be busy putting on wart medicine or what?
Oh no! Do I plan this? No, I just get rid of them and then let my dick heal, and you can't like touch it.
When we're speaking in medical terms, you couldn't say penis. Can we not?
Yeah, my penis. And I couldn't,
do you know who gave this to you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say his? Since you've already shared, what?
No, don't say his name.
No,
don't say his
not.
name.
Oh, really?
No,
his name is too much.
Yes.
His name is. That's the line.
Yeah, he also
is that where we're at right now? Is that where we're at? Right. Okay.
He gave me flowers too.
It's a give and take.
You know what,
take
guys?
the good and the bad.
Nobody talks about that. We're all just focusing on the bad.
He was sorry.
He was sorry.
No, he's happy about it. I got you good.
I don't know. It would be fun to trace this to find out who he got it from.
Yeah.
And get to the bottom of it.
Like a Nancy Drew mystery.
Yeah, and it ends up being his dog licking him or something.
That should be a future episode.
Yeah, we
Find
bring him in
out.
for This Is Your Dick's Life.
Guys,
Kenny.
4 out of 5 people or 1 out of 5 people have HPV. It's like there's so many.
What?
Yeah, this is statistics.
Yeah,
We're gonna count
The math is
1 out of what?
1 out of 5 people have HPV.
Damn.
And you could have
Pardon my math.
But here's
Pardon
the
my
thing.
math. But
It doesn't display itself, and not
But
always.
it does with big warts.
With warts or cancer in the girls. That's why they get the vaccination. That's why it's important because it's rampant spread. I mean, everybody.
So much about dicks and stuff.
now I'm worried because if you're a candidate for that, you're a candidate for other things.
Well, with men, I don't know if we're sensitive. You're gonna have to Google that at home.
And you know what?
we have a guest. I don't know how we segue out of this.
Before we do that, I said it was the wrong Joe. I thought it was the wrong from You Talk America, but we loved you as well, Joe.
We love Joe.
But this is Joe from the Comedy Spot.
Oh, Joe Torres.
Yeah.
Our businessman.
Hey,
Big shout out to Joe. We love him. What did he say in the message?
Oh, he said, "Hey, make sure to give your Twitters and Facebooks and your history
thank you,
about
Joe.
HPV."
And thank you, Joe. Thank you.
You can follow my HPV at.
You know what? You should give your Dick Warts Twitter account.
You know what?
They're gone now. They're dead.
You know what would be fabulous if you that
Unless
way
they make a comeback.
we missed you the comeback show. Like Cher 3 or 4 times.
Farewell tour.
Joe.
Farewell tour of my genital warts.
You know, I love that Cher farewell tour.
I feel bad for talking about it now, but I don't know. I'm just.
Are you embarrassed? You should.
You know what? Now you should.
when
you're liberated.
it initially happened, I was a mess. And I guess that's why I kind of wanted to say I'm open about it because
Well, you know, here's the deal.
I'm like I'll never be loved again.
Yeah.
And sorry, you snotted.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Those are fluids. Can someone wipe this down?
our guest is going to be using this mic soon. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, speaking about our guest, we have a guest in the house.
Yeah, let's move on.
We do.
Yeah.
We like to bring on our guests.
I'll let you introduce her. How's that?
I'm afraid to ask her to share the chair that you said. I'm gonna tell you that right now, and I'm not even gonna. Could you trade chairs right now?
Wait until it dries.
She shook my hand earlier.
Well,
She didn't know.
She didn't know. She didn't know the math.
Hindsight's 20/20.
You know what? I think this is gonna be our very revealing show.
Yeah.
I think that.
So
we should all go around and say something embarrassing about ourselves. So that, no, I don't want to.
We can't top that.
I know,
We can't top that at all. Okay.
I topped that. That's how I got it.
Whoa. And on that note,
Anyway.
Yes. Well, Kenny,
So-
we thank you for being a
Thank you,
guest.
thank
We
you,
thank
thank
you.
you, thank
And we're
you.
excited to be working with you in the comedy.
My next show at the Comedy Spot for their open mic night on April 28th.
I'll be a part of
And
that.
also, I am so privileged to be a part of the Pride Show with Working It Out.
oh, it's gonna be fabulous.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
great.
fabulous. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll see you guys.
Bye. We love
Kenny
him.
Bean.
I love him because he's so entertaining. He's very.
I'm still in the
truthful.
room.
He is creative and he's funny, and we just
he
love
always
him.
has a lot of energy.
He has great energy, and he's not like Justin Bieber. We're not worried about him.
But he is blonde.
Now, can you introduce proper and just say the first part, just the first name?
I'll say whatever I fucking want.
Okay, thank you.
Jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our special guest, Tawny Dillon.
That's it. Just yeah. Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, it's very okay. No, do it proper. Now,
Oh, do we want intro? Yeah.
time for our special guest, Tawny Dillon.
thank you.
And she's very pretty, so.
Yes, you know what? Thank you so much for being in the studio today. Thank you. And you know what? We're switching gears. This is a comedy show, and we do things that are funny. We live for the funny, but we also live in the real world where there are serious things. And this is the #1 case in Arizona right now, the murder, the Jodi Arias. Am I saying it right? Am I saying it? The #1 murder case in the country, really. Everybody's watching it. Everybody
Top of the charts.
It is. Everybody at work is watching this. They're fascinated by it. So we have a guest, and you've been watching this case closely, and I guess our first one is what kind of drew you to, like, what was the first murder case that you saw that kind of interested you, that you kind of started watching?
I started with, there was a death in my family, and it was not talked about. It was very like hush hush and quiet and kept under wraps, and nobody talked about it, and that's kind of what started my interest in, because it was so not talked about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I just started following true crime from there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been reading books. I started with Helter Skelter, and I followed all the cases, Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy.
I mean, they're so fascinating how they start. Like Helter Skelter. I mean, even the writer of the book, I mean, everything is so descriptive. Like when he starts out, it was so quiet, the ice cubes. I mean, they planned everything because it's about the details. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, do you, after watching this case, do you feel there's a lot of comparisons to other cases, or you know what I mean? Like this is my question, Jodi, when she, I don't know, it's she's in court right now to see if she did it, but if she did do this, I would just wonder, did she watch a movie? Did she watch a TV show to kind of get the blueprint or the idea of how to kill?
Well, she admitted she did it, so it's
Okay.
not a matter of whether she did it or not. She's come out and said she killed him. Initially, she came out and said she wasn't there, and then she said intruders broke in and killed Travis in front of her.
In front of her.
And then she finally came out after 3 or 4 years in prison and said, I did it. It was self-defense.
Oh, so let's go to the timeline. So she and him were a couple. They were living together, or they were just dating? They were just dating.
They were just dating. They met in 2006 in Vegas.
Okay.
And she lived in California. He lived here in Mesa. And they had a relationship back and forth where she would meet him in California, and they would meet in between here in Arizona, or between Arizona and California. And they became a couple. They weren't a couple for very long, probably 6 or 7 months at the most. They had a very tumultuous relationship. I think, not to take sides, but I think he was a little verbally abusive.
Okay.
And I think she was looking for somebody that loved her, and she wanted to be loved, and he showed her affection in the right way. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what, unfortunately, it created a very bad situation.
Mm-hmm. Where she just felt, because is this the true where he was dating other people, and then that's the time of the murder, he was going to go out on a date with somebody?
He was actually going to Cancun. He was going on a prepaid legal trip to Cancun. And he was taking another woman. She says she knew about it, but it was he was supposed to leave right before he was killed. Mm-hmm. And so people speculate that she was jealous over the fact of who he was taking. They had broken up by that time. They weren't a couple. She had moved back to California, but they kept meeting. They would go back and forth and meet up for sex. Mm-hmm. And so there's speculation that she was jealous on who he was taking to California. To Cancun.
Did she know about his other lovers?
She did.
Yeah.
She did. She's admitted in court that she had walked in or came to the house one day and saw him on the couch with a girl and left upset.
My question is, what makes this kind of different than other murder cases? Why is this a big deal?
Because there's so many dirty little details. It's about sex. It's about religion, and the way she killed him was very brutal and very much overkill.
Yeah, I mean.
So walk me through the rest of the story. So they met. He was supposed to go on his trip, and then she murdered him. What happened the night of the murder that we know of?
Okay, they met. She actually lived here for a while, and then in September of April of 08, she moved back to California, so she was no longer here. She drove from Wairika, California, which is on the border of the Oregon-California border, and she was supposed to go to Los Angeles and then meet up with somebody in Utah for a date, and instead ended up driving down here straight from Wairika into Arizona, and ended up at his house at 4:30 in the morning. And according to her, this is all according to her, she got there, they went to bed, woke up the next morning, engaged in sexual activity. He was in the shower.
Was that her? Is that a key piece right there, the shower? I mean, did she... how did the camera come into place? How did the camera come in where it was in the shower? I mean, because isn't there a picture like showing him alive and then dead at various stages?
Yeah.
How did that come into play?
She said he was in the shower. They wanted to take some pictures that she had seen in a magazine, and that she'd convinced him to pose for these pictures. So they had the camera. According to her, they were in the bathroom. He was in the shower. They had the door open. She was taking pictures of him, and the funny thing is, she said she was a photographer, and the pictures are not the quality that you would expect.
Everybody says they're a photographer.
Yeah.
Everyone says they're
I got a camera on my phone, and look at this.
Yeah, I'm a DJ. I'm a photographer.
I'm a comedian.
I'm a photographer.
I'm a comedian. Yeah. So the camera. So now, like, does she put the camera on the counter?
No, according to her, she was holding the camera. She was, in the last photo of him alive, he was actually sitting in the shower, on the floor of the shower. She was crouched down, according to her, taking pictures of him, and they were taking pictures, and then she said she would show him and then turn the camera back and show him and turn the camera back. They were deleting, according to her, photos that were being taken at the time.
Oh, okay.
And she says that she dropped the camera, and in doing so, enraged him. And he got up out of the shower and said, a 5-year-old can hold a camera better than you can.
Okay.
Called her names. And then, according to her, she said he got up out of the shower and body slammed her to the floor, over dropping his camera from a height of 2 feet.
Okay.
Wow.
And
then that's when...
Right.
That's when it all
So
happened.
the camera stayed on like an automatic, where it was just taking shots automatically on its own?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
They don't know if the camera, when it dropped, if somebody kicked it
Okay.
or if something happened mid, but they haven't, as far as I know, they have not speculated on if a timer was set. I think they're trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Because to me, that's like the key piece right there. Because that's I don't know. I mean, and then she stabs him 26 times, correct?
Yeah, there's between 26 and 29.
Wow.
But he's not dead. He doesn't die in the shower, correct?
No.
No.
He
takes off running down the hall or something, correct?
Right. According to, at first it was, they said that he was shot first but the casing ended up on top of blood, which indicated he had to be bleeding first because the bullet was clean. The bullet casing was clean. It was not covered in blood, so it did not roll around. And so they're saying that she stabbed him in the chest in the shower, and that he got out of the shower, made it to the sink, and that she continued to stab him. And then somehow he got down the hallway, which was a distance of about 12 feet. And at the end of the hallway between the master bedroom and the master bathroom, she slit his throat. And then she moved him. They're saying she moved him into the shower.
I mean,
wow.
How much did he weigh?
Yeah. Because she looks tiny.
Yeah, she's 5'6", I believe. And right now she's very, very petite.
Yeah.
I would be too.
Yeah, when I saw her in court, she was a lot smaller than I expected.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was very, very tiny.
So you actually attend
Fit
the
a
court.
lot of crazy in a little tiny person.
Yeah. So you actually attend the court.
I
You actually go to court.
I have been there, yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And how is that? How's the mood in the room? How's the energy?
It's very tense and very, it's just... I felt very drained, very emotionally drained, and I don't have to, it's not my family member. It's not, it was very emotionally draining. By the time we were done, I just wanted to go home, know?
Yeah.
And
So can anyone go in there?
you can actually.
Oh, okay.
You can. Anybody can go in there. Everybody has to sit on one side. The family side is reserved strictly for family members and press. And then you have to sit. I was directly behind her mother and her aunt.
Oh.
And
Do they allow food? Can you bring in like some popcorn?
Yeah, peanuts,
Enjoy the show.
popcorn.
Yeah.
You can bring in bottled water.
Just something you don't have to
You
cut
have
with
a
a
tailgate
knife.
before.
Make sure you eat before. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she was, when you're in court, do you hear them like murmuring or saying things, or they just keep very quiet?
You keep very quiet. You're instructed to.
No, the mom and.
No, they talk very quietly. They cover their mouths to keep from being having anything picked up.
Because what's embarrassing is they have to sit in that room and listen to those tapes and all of that. I mean, to me, it's horrific for both sides of the parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The mom and the dad from both sides. It's horrible. What are you thinking?
You know, I a few years ago, I also had a family member that was killed. She was murdered, and a weird thing happens when you have someone very close to you get murdered. We know how she was murdered. She was strangled by her boyfriend, and you kind of what is the word? You live vicariously through that moment, because in my mind till this day I still have things where I think the worst things, like did it hurt? Was she choking? How many breaths did she take? What was she thinking? And you go through those things that whole time. There's a lot of details that I don't know about, that I'm not interested in knowing, and I don't want to know, as part of just a way for me to deal with it, because I know there's a lot of things that are there. I just think every time I see this, I think of how their family. If I would know if those types of things, if those types of details were out there, I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. So I just think that it's very, very tough for the family. It has to be very tough, because there's all those horrible details. Even the mom has to hear about all these sexual things that the son was doing, and so on. Mm-hmm. I just think that must be horrifying.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. People react different ways to situations. If you had a death in the family, and now you kind of gravitate towards those kinds of crimes, and you kind of avoid them now. And I think that's interesting as far as the psychology, because you're interested in these things, and you're sitting in the courtroom, and you're saying it's draining on you. Mm-hmm. But in a way, I'm wondering if you find it therapeutic or cathartic, or I know how it initially started, but at this point, I don't know I guess why do you think you go to those extremes, like going to the actual courtroom and things, if it does maybe drain on you?
I needed to go because I have been following this case since I heard about it in September of 2008 after she had been arrested. I hadn't heard anything up to that. And I have read and seen almost as much as I can. I've seen more than most people as far as this case is concerned. And it's just, I don't have anything personal involved in it, in the sense of I'm not a family member, but I've just never had anything this extreme happen in our backyard. Yeah,
and it's close. Do you think that? She's admitted that she's murdered him. Mm-hmm. So at this point, does Arizona have a death penalty?
Yes, they do.
Okay,
is that women on death row right now?
Okay, and that's is she on trial right now for that?
She's on trial for her life. She's on for the death sentence.
Oh, okay.
And basically, right now they're just trying to decide whether she will live or die, because she will be convicted of something.
They just don't know. Yeah,
and that's why they're trying to figure out whether it was in self-defense or premeditation.
Mm. I don't think I've ever heard of someone on death row in Arizona. I just made it. Do we?
I haven't heard about it.
But didn't they just execute someone?
Do we execute people? I don't know. I don't know.
I just know that there are 3 women on death row currently, and she could be the 4th.
Wow. That's. Yeah. So, when you look at these, when you look at people like, okay, there's a difference between like a Jeffrey Dahmer and John Wayne Gacy and like the serial killers, Ted Bundy. She's not into that category, is she? Is she like a sociopath, like someone with no remorse, or she was just a girl in a bad spot that just went really bad, or
that bitch is crazy? Was
it that, or she? You know what I mean? To me, I don't know. Like, when you think of somebody that could do this, like to kill somebody, and then to do it in such a way, there's a breakdown there. You know what I mean? There's an issue. That's a lot of anger. I don't know. 26 times and then shooting and then slitting the throat.
But she says she doesn't remember any of that stuff where she gets cloudy, right?
Yeah, she has a fog.
She has a fog, yeah. Yeah.
Which I find convenient, but...
Yeah.
You don't do that to somebody without a memory of it. I say things that I'm embarrassed of, and I remember them forever.
Yeah, you're right.
You replay it and replay it and replay it. You just never get over. You're like, oh wow, what did I say? But
And then what I just learned, because I knew you were coming on, so I tried to pull up whatever I could. But she had talked to some some national news affiliates and told them a totally different story. And those are being brought up now that you lied X amount of times. Do you know how many of those she went on?
She was on Inside Edition, and she was on 48 Hours.
Yeah.
And then she was arrested. She was actually, I think, in jail when she did Inside Edition and said, "I'm not guilty. No jury will ever convict me because I'm innocent." And now she said, I said that no jury would convict me because I planned on committing suicide. And I couldn't say what I really wanted to say because there was somebody sitting behind me that would have put me in the loony bin, basically.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. It's terrific. It really is.
And she says here in, what is this, in People magazine, that she lied a lot in the beginning, and she'll understand that there'll be a lot of questions, but at this point she can't really tell us what happened, and she's telling us to the best of her recollection, and if she's convicted, that will be the result of her own bad choices. So
your bad choice of killing him 3 times.
Yes.
Over.
Yeah.
Just put her in jail. I'm curious about the details. That's just my personal opinion. As far as a decision, she murdered the guy. That's obvious. And lots of people lie when they get caught in murder.
Yeah, so. I think the only thing I can think of is the details are very, very important. I know when my cousin was murdered, the first thing we said, well, hang him. But we really, really needed to have all of the details so that it wasn't a case where he was able to serve only a few years and then get out of jail. And it ends up being the case where he didn't get life in prison, and he's able to up for parole in 18 years. But still, but the details are very important.
So you can understand the mentality of their sides. It's you're either her side or you're his side, and there's if you try to keep a middle ground, you're crucified. You really are. You can't keep a middle ground if you say you understand, what girl hasn't been used, what girl hasn't been manipulated. Even women manipulate men manipulate women. And so it's easy to understand where you could get so upset in a relationship, but you can't. I mean, in this trial, you literally cannot. You cannot pick. You either have to pick a side. You cannot have a middle ground. I have a Facebook that I watch other ones that are following the trial, and it's cutthroat. Is absolutely cutthroat. If you dare even voice an opinion for her, like, she should get life in prison instead of the death penalty. Right. Some lady was attacked for that, and according to her, and she emailed me and said, I got threats because I'm not for the death penalty. And so she just kind of dropped off my Facebook because she said she was getting threats about that because they call her a Jody supporter. And so you just
do you get hate mail or
not yet?
No. Wow.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the information out there for people who can't get it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people from Brazil and Australia and Russia who are contacting me and saying thank you for putting the videos out of the trial.
I saw the YouTube video. You're getting a lot of hits from that.
What is your YouTube page?
It's Tawny Dilly, TAWNIDILLY, youtube.com/Tawny Dilly.
And you also have a Twitter.
I do. It's also Tawny Dilly.
Cool.
We'll do that. And I mean, it's just interesting in how at my work, people are watching this. They're watching this, and it's, people are very fascinated. I don't even know why it just didn't appear on my radar until I think like in the last maybe 3 months, but this has been going on for a while.
It has been, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it got big momentum.
Did it just started getting really televised?
Yeah.
Is that why?
It did, yeah. It when it first happened, there was a lot of coverage on it, and then it kind of fizzled out, if you will. And then now, because the trial is going on, and it's worldwide now. Everybody's talking about it.
It is very worldwide. Yeah.
I mean, I know this is going to be a movie. Because it cannot be a movie. You have sex, you have murder.
Shannon Doherty, what's up?
Yeah.
Oh, they're singing Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, I saw that on HLN today. So.
And who would play him? And who would play him?
Scott Wolf.
I have no idea. They were just the one I've heard about is Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Because they're both very, very attractive. She's very attractive, so is he.
Yeah. They're young, and they're for sure, and they made mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think, people always rush to judgment, But in something like this, especially with murder, I mean, you really have to see the facts. That's why you have to go to, I mean, that's the best part of being in this country. You're innocent until proven guilty. So, I mean.
Not in the court of.
Not in the media. Not in the media. In the media, you're guilty of that. Yeah.
I know. But I mean, I'm not in any way condoning murder or being a Jody supporter. I'm just saying, that, I mean, to get to that point, something had to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Most people don't just, you cut me off in traffic, I'm going to go do that.
Right.
No, there was a lot of emotion involved in this, and it's unfortunate that it played out the way that it did. If she had just not, it was literally it was one mistake. It was literally if you had just not come to Mesa, if you had just stayed in, it could have been one thing that just stopped all of it.
If she didn't drop the camera, if she didn't go into the shower.
If she just stayed away.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's in a situation.
Gone.
Yeah.
She was 1,000 miles away. There was no reason. If he was abusive, why did she come back? Why would you come back to that? Even if you love somebody, you're away, you're gone, you're out. You don't. She didn't have to come back to Arizona.
Yeah.
No, or she thought about doing it. I mean, that would be the only other thing, right?
And that's the scary thing about the premeditation is that a gun was stolen 2 weeks prior to the murder from her grandfather's house, and it's the same caliber of weapon that was used to shoot him. And so, if that is true, if it's the same weapon, which they have not proven because they have not found it. That shows premeditation. If she did, why were you carrying a gun? Why did you stage it?
And the little bit of that I've seen in in the court cases, she's very articulate. She knows how to answer those questions. She's very good at spinning things. So those lawyers are having to work in this case. Yeah, I think that's also another big draw.
Bitch is crazy.
Or did they make her crazy?
She is crazy either way.
She killed someone. So.
I don't know. She stares at the section where we are, which is where her mother is and her aunt. It's unnerving to watch her she literally just stares straight ahead. Sometimes I have to wonder, like if I'm watching the trial footage at home, if it's frozen up because she just does not move.
Do you think they're telling her to do that, or?
I don't know. It's very unnerving.
Oh gosh, but how do you coach that?
They do coach that. This is
they coach you on no
they
reactions.
Coach you what to wear, how to stand, how to wear your hair.
Why would they coach her to act all icy and creepy in court?
They may tell her just don't show no emotion,
exactly.
devoid of emotion.
Yeah. So we gosh, unfortunately we're out of time. But I just want to thank you. Thank you for coming out to the show. The very, very interesting. And again, what was your YouTube page?
We have it on the screen. We do.
Well, we do.
And also we never said we were sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Sparked all that. I'm sorry that happened.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. And so we usually do a roundtable on where we're going to be. Because I pulled it up. It's a weird transition, but I'll be at the Tempe Center for the Arts on the 15th. And I'll be hosting that stand-up live on March 20th.
Excellent. I'm going to be dropping by Long Longs tomorrow night. It's going to be last time I do the big old elephant battle bit for a while. Because I'm going to bring back my TV satire thing.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that.
I'm going to have that ready for the Pride show. I think that'll be a good thing to do there.
Cool.
I think so, too.
Also, end of this month, last Sunday, I think that's Easter, which is a comedy spot. And then Jackson's April 4th.
Awesome.
And then I'll be at the Comedy Spot on the weekend. So please come and see us. Book your shows in advance because they've been selling out. And it makes it a lot easier when you just do it online. You can do it at www.comedyspot.net. Thank you.
Some good shows lately, too.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know.
Awesome. Well, so thank you, guys. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Oh, we still have time?
We still have time. Well, then let me tell you that I, in addition to doing my showcase at the Comedy Spot on the 14th, you can also see on the 16th some other shows that we have there, too. So go to the website at thecomedyspot.net to find those. And it's in Scottsdale.
Yeah, and I keep saying we're gonna put it on our Facebook, but I really am. And look up Twitter, look up the Working It Out show or Working It Out, or you can even find us on Q Talk America, and I promise we will put dates and information where you can find us.
Thank you to Q Talk, we love you.
So thank you, Q Talk America. Anything else, Nate?
Just go ahead and check out the code at audio.com. Get yourself a nice little book to listen to.
Audible.com.
Audible.com.
And thanks again for being a guest.
So thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Who's working it out?
We're working it out.